as the great communicator, Ronald Reagan was elected President of the United States in 1980 and again in 1984. The president was born on February 6, 1911 in Tampico, Illinois. In college, Reagan studied economics and sociology. Before his political career, Reagan worked in entertainment as a radio host, then as an actor. In the meantime, he became politically active in the 1940s, and he even testified for the House on Un-American Activities Committee. Reagan rose to national attention when he made a TV speech for Barry Goldwater, the Republican candidate of the 1964 election. From there, he served 2 terms as the governor of California. He soon set his eyes on the Oval Office, running for president briefly in 1968 and 1976, before he finally secured a strong lead in 1980 with his running mate George H.W. Bush. A skillful campaigner, he emphasized traditional values such as work, family, patriotism, and self-reliance. They defeated the incumbent pair Carter and Mondale with 489 electoral votes to 49 votes. Furthermore, he won a second term against Mondale in 1984.
Reagan's domestic policies aimed to whittle away at LBJ's Great Society while leaving FDR's New Deal largely intact. To stimulate economic productivity, Reaganomics cut down federal budgets and taxes. While entitlement programs such as Social Security are kept intact, budgets for job training and food stamps were slashed by 10%. Following the supply-side economic policies, Reagan decreased taxes for more savings and more bank loans for businesses. As a result, the supply of goods increased while the prices of goods decreased. In order to reduce the power of the federal government, Reagan deregulated the economy by removing price controls on oil and cutting budgets for environmental protection agencies. Consequently, competitions increased and prices for consumers were lowered. However, in 1982, Reagan's tax and budget legislations no longer indulged the more extreme claims of supply-side economics. Not only did he raise standards for Social Security benefits, but he also supported Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act, which increased taxes. Monetary policies had a high profile in his years, and he further expanded them into foreign affairs with an increase in defense spending.
The president was a staunch anti-communist. As a result, he took a confrontational stance against the Soviet Union, calling it an evil empire. The Reagan Doctrine served as a means through which American aid was sent to countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America to fight communist guerrillas. By doubling defense spending, he established the Strategic Defense Initiatives that developed space-based weapons to protect U.S. from impending Soviet nuclear missile attacks.
People could live secure in the knowledge that their security did not rest upon the threat of instant U.S. retaliation to deter a Soviet attack, that we could intercept and destroy strategic ballistic missiles before they reached our own source. I know this is a formidable technical task, one that may not be accomplished before the end of this century. I call upon the scientific community in our country, those who gave us nuclear weapons, to turn their great talents now to the cause of mankind and world peace.
As he tackled foreign affairs, he steered away from Carter's policy of détente, which caused rifts amongst his party, leading many officials to step down. However, to cripple Soviet Union's defense, U.S. even supported the Mujahideen, a militant group in Afghanistan. After reshaping the undisciplined army, he conducted military interventions in Lebanon and Libya, which created strained relations. The year of 1985 marked significant confrontations towards USSR, urging it to move towards a capitalist ideology. Finally, after frequent meetings with Gorbachev, both leaders took a huge step by signing an agreement to limit nuclear missiles.
Reagan had a large impact on the Cold War, diverging from the détente policy. His aggression towards the Soviet Union provoked an arms race that the Soviets couldn't economically support, and Reagan is often credited for Gorbachev's reforms and the Soviet Union's collapse. The Iran-Contra affair in 1985 also influenced Reagan's foreign policy legacy. It involved the National Security Council selling weapons to Iran in hopes of securing the release of captives held by terrorists, contradicting America's neutrality in the Iran-Iraq War. The scandal continued when money was diverted to the Nicaraguan Contra rebels fighting communism, even though aiding them was banned by Congress. Reagan's usually high ratings dropped, though he remained popular, and America's anti-terrorist impression was damaged.
Well, the reason I haven't spoken to you before now is this. You deserve the truth, and as frustrating as the waiting has been, I felt it was improper to come to you with sketchy reports or possibly even erroneous statements, which would then have to be corrected, creating even more doubt and confusion. There's been enough of that. I paid a price for my silence in terms of your trust and confidence.
Additionally, the Reaganomics policy of reducing taxes, government spending, and government regulation became a trademark of modern conservatism. While some credit Reagan for the 1990s economic boom, others criticized Reaganomics for increasing inequality and favoring the upper class. Overall, Reagan is recognized for increasing America's international prestige and serving as a model for modern Republicans, and he remains one of the most highly regarded presidents to this day.